I'm KG Stiles with your Astro highlights brought to you by PurePlantEssentials.com Organic Aromatherapy. Today is Wednesday, September 29th, 2010. The sun is in relationship-loving Libra, and the moon is in the networking sign of Gemini. It's a great day to get out and mingle with your friends. I'm being joined by celebrity astrologer Neil D. Paris of NewWorldAstrology.com. Hi, Neil. You with me?
Hey, KG.
As the month of September draws to a close, we're nearing the end of completing projects and unfinished business. And as we cross the quarter waning moon tomorrow, we reach a crescendo, what needs to be released, so that we can start the month of October ready to get down to the heart of the matter and take charge of balancing our accounts and life circumstances, especially in areas related to love. The focus over the next several weeks will be on love and allowing more love into our lives. On Sunday, October 3rd at 2:59 p.m. Pacific, Mars, the planet of action, will conjunct Venus, the planet of love, at 13 degrees Scorpio, the sign of passion and private affairs. Neil, how are we likely to be feeling at this time, and what's likely to manifest in our lives with Venus and Mars hooking up in Scorpio?
Yeah, what a stirred-up situation. When two planets conjunct, they come together in either harmony or in conflict. The two energies combine. We have the planet Venus, the planet of attraction, and Mars, the planet of desire. So the two planets that figure strongly in relationships. It's the push-pull mechanism, the yin, female, the assertive and receptive sides of our nature. So those two come together, which is a fantastic time to really commit to something, commit to your focus on what you really desire. You have the attracting quality to pull something in, and you also have the assertive quality of going after what you want. So the question becomes, what do you want? If you're not focused, you can attract things in that want you, but maybe you don't want them. That can go for relationship situations, job situations, life situations. You can get pulled into drama, or you can create something that's really worthwhile in your life. So really, when you put Venus and Mars together in the sign of Scorpio, it's really about obsession. And obsession can be something wonderful. It can be such a boiling, bubbling, passionate focus that you have on something that you won't stop until you create this wonderful thing in your life. You'll keep going. You have all the drive, all the focus, all the willpower, all the commitment, all the desire, everything at your disposal. The powers of the universe channeled through you for this obsessive focus that you have. Obviously, obsession can go the other way, where you end up having somebody who's stalking you, you're stalking somebody who's not right for you, things get really intense. And you're moving more towards the shadow side because you're trying to bend others to your will. You're trying to bend the universe to your will instead of accepting things the way they are. So be obsessive. Most people are going to be on some level obsessive in some area of their life now. But try and use that obsession for something wonderful. Are you focusing on the darkness? Are you being obsessive about the darkness in your life? Or are you being obsessive about making things lighter, turning the light on and being brighter? It's really a choice. A lot of people will take sides in the next couple of weeks, I think. But it really depends on where you want, what you want to manifest and where your focus will lie.
On Thursday, October 7th at 11:44 a.m. Pacific, there's a new moon at 14 degrees Libra. Neil, how can we best use the energies of this particular Libra new moon?
Well, that's the whole focus right now. We're in the sign of Libra, which is the halfway point in the zodiac. Libra is the middle sign, therefore it's represented by the scales. We've come halfway through the astrological cycle, so it's about balancing our needs with the needs of other people. We just passed an Aries full moon in the last show. You can still catch that online and listen to that, which is basically about focusing on the self, what you need, what you want, what you desire. But we're having to balance it now with this new moon, a new beginning. We can plant a new seed in a specific area of our lives, depending on where it falls in our astrology chart. This Libra new moon is about finding balance. It's about harmony. If you're spending too much time at work, you can balance it out with more time at home. If it's more time with your family. If you're focusing too much on the internal world, you can get out there and share the seeds of what you've discovered internally with people out there. If you've been spending too much time alone, good time to check in with friends, vice versa. It's about finding harmony, finding balance, creating beauty in some area of your life, whether it's cleaning up things at home, actually creating some artistic work, being a bit more accommodating, a bit more compromising with people around you. Upgrade your involvement in your relationships, whether it's romantic, professional, even platonic friendships. It's about harmonizing and creating some sort of synergy with the people around you in the best way possible. You don't forget, though, new moons in Libra also bring up some sort of conflict. How can you find agreement? And then sometimes you hash out your differences. So be willing, with this Venus-Mars conjunction, from this week, this next couple of week period, use your passion, but also be willing to face some of the dark stuff, because that's the way we find compromise. There has to be a little bit of fighting involved, but then hopefully the dust can settle and you can find something that works for everyone involved. So make it a win-win situation.
Yes. Yes, Libra is definitely win-win. On Friday, October 8th, just 6 seconds after midnight Pacific time, Venus Stations Retrograde at 13 degrees Scorpio, when we'll have an opportunity to review the area of our life where Venus is located and ask ourselves important questions related to the heart. Are we feeling loved and appreciated in our lives? Are we giving ourselves the quality of time and attention we need? And are we making room in our lives for love to show up and give us the love we desire to experience in our lives? Neil, give us the scoop on Venus's retrograde dance through Scorpio. How are we likely to experience this 6-week period of time until November 18th, when Venus will station direct at 27 degrees Libra? Do you have any suggestions for us?
Yeah, so when a planet goes retrograde, as you know by now if you've listened to the show, the planets move internally. You're dealing with it on the inside. You're not looking out there in the world for it. You're not expressing it outwardly. So Venus represents love, as we know. It means no longer looking outside for love. That's number one, which is it's about going inside and finding out if you're loving yourself as well as you can. That's going to affect all your relationships anyway, as we know. If you're not in a place of self-love, forget it. You're going to expect other people to be the source of your happiness. You're going to expect them to be more than human, and that's doomed to failure. So Venus retrograde says go back inside and find out if you're valuing yourself. Venus is the planet that relates to value. What do you value in your life? It's time to reprioritize your values. So some of the things you've liked and enjoyed, that's Venus too, you might find that you no longer like them. So on the very simple level, it could be about, if you go shopping during Venus retrograde and you find something that looks good and you enjoy it and you get it home, suddenly it's not quite right. It's in the wrong lighting. When you bought it in the store, it looks different. That's kind of the vibe of this Venus retrograde period, is the things that you kind of like, whether it's from hairstyles, clothing, things you've appreciated in the past, you have to kind of decide whether it's something that you really do value. So whatever you've been feeding yourself, whether it's relationships or just the enjoyment you have in life, whether it's food or places you've been visiting, people you've been spending time with, everyone's kind of reprioritizing their values.
Yes.
So you might find people blow hot and cold. Sometimes people who've been there disappear for a while. Suddenly you don't want to spend time with certain people. You don't want to do these certain pastimes. Your hobbies change. It's really just a chance to kind of slow this whole thing down. Everyone's looking for love. Let's be honest. That's why most people are here on the planet on some level working through what this love thing is. But it starts within. So slow it all down. Let this Venus retrograde be a period where you go inside and say, okay, am I treating myself well? Do I really value myself? Am I worth it? And if you find yourself saying, I don't feel like I am worth it, that's a great place to begin. Is you deserve all the happiness in the universe, as does everybody else. Yes. We all deserve an equal share of this. We deserve the same love. So start with yourself. Love yourself as much as you can. Appreciate yourself. Look in the mirror every day if you can during Venus retrograde, and really appreciate how far you've come. It's a difficult time. Being alive on planet Earth right now, we're all going through so many lessons, so many challenges, so many tests, so many periods of growth that, my goodness, give yourself a hug. Yes. Give yourself so much appreciation for doing this, for walking the walk, and that will go a long way towards beaming this more of the love energy on the planet. And also, people will feel that. If you appreciate yourself, it's so much easier to appreciate other people in your life, and that's really what we're going for during this period.
Yes. So it's another big period for upgrading in our values. And I know it's linked up. The Venus retrograde doesn't happen, but it's linked in with the Saturn when it moves to a new sign, right, Neil?
Yeah. Saturn, of course, always gives us a karmic test, as it were. So our test right now, ultimately, is this test of love. You can say you're a loving person, but you have to act and you have to show that you're loving. It's not about talking; it's about being now.
Yes. And where you need to upgrade, go to upgrade. So, and that's what we're all doing. We're always here doing our things with growing ourselves, nurturing and growing ourselves, our divine potential. So do you have any special astrology offerings at this time, Neil?
I do, yeah, because this is such a huge relationship time. I get so many questions. People are looking for love. They're trying to reconnect with old love. Some people are trying to get rid of people in their lives, relationships they're trying to let go of. There's so much going on in this field of love. So if you pop onto the website, there's 3 astrology reports which are personalized, and you can compare yourself to somebody else in your charts. Find out what your soul agreements are, your lessons, and there's 3 reports that I've put on sale, especially for this period to help people through this big time. So if you have a question about your relationship, not sure why you're together, what you're meant to be learning, we can look at that in depth. It's at newworldastrology.com under reports, and there's 3 of them, and they're all pretty cool.
Oh, thank you, Neil. So this particular Libra New Moon on October 7th is an excellent time for setting your intentions to focus on allowing love to show up fully in your life, whether from yourself or other people. Use the new moon energies to nourish your heart, mind, and soul with the bounty that love has to offer you. Visit my website at kgstiles.com and click on free articles where you'll find numerous new moon meditations, including one for the Libra New Moon. We're having a special Founders Day sale that starts October 1st through the 4th. So when you visit the website, check it out. Thanks so much for joining us. We love sharing essential heavenly news with you. May you enjoy the light of love that always surrounds you. I'm KG Stiles with Celebrity Astrologer Neil D. Paris with your Astro Highlights.